What's up, guys? Today we're going to be beginning our playthrough of Metroid Prime Remastered. So, this is actually the first playthrough that I am recording on using my new setup. That is, not using my phone to record my TV screen. Um, so, uploads, for those of you who are new to the channel, uploads happen pretty much every other weekend, sometimes every weekend. It depends. Um, but yeah, so that's yeah. Some of course weekends they won't happen because I'll be busy with life. But let's start the playthrough. It took maybe 45 minutes to get this set up, but it's worth it. If you don't already own this game, I do recommend it. It is, I think last I checked it was only like 38 um 38 US dollars. On eShop it might still be 40, I'm not sure. But if you can catch a sale, maybe you can get a little less. But it is, to my knowledge, the best looking game on Switch. And it somehow manages to hold like 1080p and run at 60 FPS, which is on the high end for a Switch game. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay. And I do have narration on, I think.
The cosmos.
Yep. Okay.
In the vast universe, the history of humanity is but a flash of light from a lone star. The life of a single person should be lost in space and time. But among the stars, there is one light that burns brighter than all others. The light of Samus Aran. Her battles extend beyond her life and etch themselves into history. Here, another chapter of that history will be written.
Yes. Recording in beautiful 1080p. Mm-hmm. The fact that they remastered this game. Okay, why do you have that? There we go. Yeah, one of the things they added in this game was the dual stick controls, and it just elevates the experience of the game. Um, yeah, I I think I first played this game when I was 10, maybe 11, and since then it's been my favorite game ever. And so the fact they remastered it is just awesome. And it looks gorgeous.
Recording to logbook.
There is a teen rating on this game for a reason. Okay. Still getting used to the controls because I've been playing Prime 2 on via emulation. Don't worry, I own the game. It's probably legal. But yeah, I've been playing it on the computer anyway, so I'm not used to this control setup. But I mean, I play it on a... Okay. I play it on a controller on PC because I prefer it that way. But, I have the control set up differently. And I will try to be scanning everything that I can, because it is part of the experience. Of Metroid Prime.
Recording to logbook.
If I'm not mistaken, this game, or Retro Studios, used baked lighting, which is impressive. They got it to run this well. But I'm sure using baked lighting instead of anything even similar to ray tracing was probably better. At least for conserving, staying within the technical limitations. Baller. Let's continue on. Okay. Owie. Oh, stupid. Wait a minute. I can scan that. hopefully everyone watching this video is a fast reader. Ooh. Put you out of your misery there. You too.
Recorded to logbook.
You can scan anything. Maybe it's just me, but maybe this just goes for me, but my memory is, when it comes to things like this in games, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad, and for the most part I can remember quite a lot of these, but rescanning them is still enjoyable. Just to kind of get a little refresher every time I play it. Yeah.
Recorded to logbook.
After having played through like 98% of Metroid Prime 2,
Recorded
I
to
like
logbook.
the way they do scanning in that a lot better. Except for a few things. One of the things I don't like about Prime 2 scanning is the fact that you have to go into the logbook to read the whole thing, or to read the whole entry. I would very much prefer it if they made you read the whole thing then and there, and you could still read it later, but and the way they organized it was kind of fun to shuffle through. But just so in this game, when you scan things, it's just a little square that you get to see. But in Prime 2, the entire object is encased in kind of a filter effect thing. So it's a lot easier to see what you're going to want to scan than in this game. Which is just something I prefer. I mean, everyone has their own ways they like it. So I know it's really slow scanning everything, but it must be done. Yeah. I could tell there's like a hole in his gut. I know, I shouldn't skip any of the scans, but I'm going to skip most of the scans in this room, just because they're all creatures you scan down on the planet below. But I think they're in there because the pirates are experimenting with a substance you guys will learn about later on in the game. They're mutating them. That's why they're up here. But I'm not going to scan them all. because they're not required scans to 100% the scans. Oh no. He still has some internal organs.
Recording to
Oh dear. Forgot how much damage you take in this mode. I'm pretty sure they, for Remastered here, they redid the difficulty, like, what they call the different difficulty levels. Right now I'm playing it on hard, which I believe is the equivalent of hyper mode. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure hard is the equivalent of hyper mode. And I think normal is veteran. I mean, I'm going off trilogy standards because, well, I have played the game using the hideous GameCube controls. It's not the superior way to play. Whatever. I have played the game with GameCube controls and it was awful, but I played it first on the Wii, which was arguably almost as bad. And I'm pretty sure hard mode on this is the equivalent of hyper mode on the Wii, and normal is veteran, and normal mode is, they call it casual, I think, on this. It's just a nice little touch. But that would be why the game is so difficult, or at least it's taking a lot of damage. Because I'm playing on hyper mode. Oh. Cowabunga. I mean, I understand why she's so easy to beat, but part of me kind of wishes they would have made her fight a little more difficult. I mean, I suppose if you're learning how to strafe for the first time, then it's probably helpful. But you don't really ever learn to strafe there anyway. The game teaches that to you when you in the later boss fight. It's actually like definitely relevant. Oh, you poor thing. I have plenty of time. This is, I believe, one of the easier escape sequences in a Metroid game. Having played, I think Fusion had an escape sequence. Dread did, and Dread's was definitely harder than this. But it wasn't really hard. I mean, rarely ever is an escape sequence hard, but it definitely wasn't hard on them. It's definitely not hard on this. I mean, it was kind of difficult on, I suppose it was really difficult on Metroid Prime 2 because you had to beat Dark Samus again, which was a pain in the butt when you're trying to speed through it. Something I gotta remind myself to do is write down different topics I want to talk about during my playthroughs. Like what's going on in Nintendo news and whatnot. There have been rumors floating around from quote-unquote reputable sources saying that Prime 4 is going to be big and open areas, bigger and more open areas than in Primes 2 and 3, I guess. It reminded them of Halo Infinite. However, they don't believe it's open world, which is, in my book, is a good thing because pretty much the entire formula of Metroidvania, or the entire Metroidvania formula in the Prime trilogy would be bogged down by an open world experience. I mean, if anyone can pull it off, it's Retro, but I just personally think they should stick to like this type of just the design they have going now with the backtracking and whatnot, because if it's open world, then you don't really have like, you're not really gaining items to unlock new areas, which kind of messes up what makes a Metroidvania and what Metroid fans are accustomed to. Yeah, so I personally don't think Prime 4 should be open world, but I'm sure there are people who do, and it's probably, even if it's open world, it's probably going to be awesome, so. But yeah, they said it was going to have huge open areas, and that it was visually unbelievable, which has some people in the Nintendo news business saying that it's probably not going to be, or it's probably going to be cross-platform, which wouldn't surprise me, Um, but I just hope they put, like, if the Switch version looks and runs at the very least as good as Prime Remastered, I would be very pleased. Then there are other rumors saying that it's gonna be the last big Switch game, which couple that with the recent rumors that the Switch is gonna release in the second half of 2024. People are saying it's probably gonna come sooner rather than later. And on Nintendo of UK's website, they updated it with a register your interest for Metroid Prime 4, which basically allows you to put in your email, which I did, to receive news and updates about Metroid Prime 4. They haven't given us any news updates. It's still there, so them adding that has quite a few people thinking that the game might be shown off in possibly a Nintendo Direct this September, maybe? Which would be awesome. I mean, with this new setup, I might as well... Well, I don't know if I can stream the Direct. I probably can, but I might have to cut out... Not cut out parts of it. I might have to cut out parts of it, I don't know. I'm not gonna... I don't know. Maybe I should stream it. Maybe I will live stream it. If I'm going to live stream it, I will announce it beforehand.
Recording to logbook.
Yeah, if I live stream it, which I would enjoy live streaming it just so you guys could see my reactions to things, or at least hear my reactions.
Recording to logbook.
Something that I just thought of
Recording to logbook.
now, having spoken about Metroid Prime 4, is it would be nice if in the next Smash Bros. Game, assuming there's another one, which there probably will be, um, assuming there's another Prime game, or not Prime game, assuming there's another Smash game, I would very much like there to be alternate skins for characters, or like alt skins for characters for every character, or at least a lot more than there was in Ultimate. Because that's really, like, that doesn't take a lot of effort. And, I mean, other than maybe, like, making realistic hitting animations or contact animations. But, like, I would love to see maybe, like with Samus, for instance, they could give her a Metroid Prime variant and a Metroid Fusion variant and like a Metroid Dread variant and like a Power Suit variant. And then of course they could have varying colors on the ones that typically have varying colors, but like imagine playing as Metroid Suit Samus in Smash. That would be
Recording to logbook.
freaking awesome. every time I replay this game, the thing I have the hardest time adapting to, not having, starting out the game, is the double jump.
Recording to logbook.
Because it's just so useful, and I use it constantly in combat. That and the charge beam. Once I get those back, the game kind of clicks again. Ow.
Recording to logbook.
Okay. How we...
Recording to logbook. Recording to logbook.
Oh, I'm gonna die if I don't get this save point. Save station.
Recording to logbook.
Oh, dang, I didn't go on the save station in the frigate. Oh well, not that it really matters. It's not necessary for like 100%ing or anything. So. If you guys notice any audio problems or like cutting out or anything like that or random background noises, please let me know so I can check them out and adjust the settings I need to adjust. Because there's only so much you can do when testing, and some things can fly under the radar. Dang it. No, I need to get my energy back.
Recording to logbook. Recording to logbook.
Awesome. What I'm kind of hoping is that, okay, first, let's scan these suckers.
Recording to logbook.
I am hoping that the fan I have in the background kind of keeping me cool in this
Recording to logbook.
not air-conditioned room isn't, like, adding extra sounds. How we... Aha. Roll tato. Ow. Ouch. There it is, okay. Nice. Awesome. Make our way through here. Ow. Just for good measure. Just to be safe. Oh. I have the, so while I'm recording, I have the display up on OBS Studio to see kind of what volume it's picking up, just to be sure it's not picking up any background noise. And I think the only thing it's picking up, and you guys can correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I believe it's picking up the sounds of my rather squeaky chair, the grinding of my chair. I could be wrong, however. But maybe I'm not. Did I already scan the scarabs? Yep. Oh, these guys are so annoying. Boost ball definitely helps with them. I mean, actually, hopefully by the time we finish this playthrough, Metroid Prime 2 will be out. Because, if I'm not mistaken, there are reputable sources, not of mine, of course. I'm quoting Nintendo news outlets, but reputable sources. There are reputable sources saying that Metroid Prime 2 Remastered or HD or whatever, even if it's not remastered, it'll be amazing to have on Switch. But whatever it is, that'll be coming to Switch, so hopefully that, if Metroid Prime 4 isn't, and even if it is, hopefully Prime 2 Remastered or whatever they call it is announced at the Direct that's almost definitely going to be in September. There's been the September Direct as long as there's been Directs. So I'm pretty sure no exceptions. There might have been a few, like maybe 1 or 2 years where there wasn't a Direct in September, but that was because like COVID or something happened. Hello there.
Recording to logbook.
Yeah, this is the boss fight where it teaches you to strafe. Which I suppose is why they didn't make Parasite Queen a difficult boss. Even in hyper mode, Parasite Queen is a piece of cake. Or I suppose it's called hard mode on this. This game is a masterpiece, but as good as it is, they did remove a few things that I was kind of disappointed about. You can no longer get the fusion suit after a playthrough on normal mode, I think. Whatever mode it was, you can't access the fusion suit in the game anymore, which is lame because it was honestly probably one of my favorite memories with the game when I first played it was replaying it with the fusion suit and getting to see all the different colorations, because I hadn't played Metroid Fusion, so I was like, huh, this is awesome. Never seen this suit before. Of course, by now I have finished, and I believe 100%ed Metroid Fusion. But apparently, according to data miners, people who go in and look at the game files, the fusion suit is in there. It's in the game, so it's rather a bit curious that it's not in the game yet. Maybe they needed time to finalize it, but even then, like, if the rumors were correct, which were the same person who rumored the rumors I'm about to tell you was the one who said Metroid Prime Remastered even existed, and was gonna get this big, like, redo treatment. The same guy said, okay, I can't jump over there. The same guy said, ow. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, right. The same guy had been saying this, of course, for a very long time. He said Nintendo had finished it and had it all playtested and everything, and was just sitting on it, not releasing it. And if that is correct, then it stands to reason they would have added the fusion suit if they could have. So hopefully I'm just wrong and they wanted to hold it off for a free update, maybe maybe they'd show off Metroid Prime 2 or something, the remaster of that, and then be like, or shadow drop that and then be like, oh, and there's a free update for Metroid Prime, where you can get the fusion suit if you've already played through the game. You can play through the game again. That would be, I'd appreciate that, because it's pretty cool playing with the fusion suit in Prime, even if it doesn't really make story sense at all. But yeah, I think that would be awesome if they put the fusion suit back in the game. And speaking of extra features, if they bring Prime 2 to Switch, I really hope they do a little revision to the multiplayer, like the split-screen multiplayer of that, because that would be awesome. I'd love playing, even if it wasn't, like, terribly fleshed out. I'd love just seeing some kind of effort, or, like, maybe even if it's half-baked, something of a Metroid Prime 2 Remaster multiplayer or whatnot coming to Switch, because even though most people didn't seem to appreciate it, I was a fan of the that multiplayer. On our Wii, it took a while to get the Wii remote set up because they don't run well at all, and ours were like
Recording to logbook.
terribly damaged. But I'd hook it up and hook up that extra controller so I could play with one of 3 of my brothers. Had a good time. It would be wonderful if they remastered it and brought the multiplayer. They very well could skip the multiplayer too, and it'd still be great. I'd still appreciate it, but as of now, it is very difficult to play the multiplayer of Metroid Prime 2 on anything, because any control scheme you have, even if you play it via emulation, one of the controllers is cursed to never have its camera work. So that's yeah. Hold on, I'm going to... Isn't it working? I thought I could pause there, but it seems that I can't, which is a tad bit lame. But... Oh, what the heck. It is what it is, I suppose. Be nice if there was a feature that let me see... Oh, okay. I was stupid. I was not paying attention. Be nice if there was a feature that showed me how long I had been playing, but the heck with it. I might just play the entire game. I might do it in episodes, though. I guess you'll know by the time this Oh. I guess you'll know by the time this video comes out. Maybe that is. No. Nope. No. Oh. Oh, I can scan you.
Recording to logbook.
Okay. Oh, never mind. There is something that tells me. Lovely. Well, let me think about how long I should make these episodes. I believe we're at the 50-minute mark. So I might make these episodes. Let me think. I could do an hour and a half. But yeah, I mean, I could do 1.5 hour videos, and with the capability I have with this new recording setup, I could I could also hold on, I keep losing my train of thought. Dang it. With this recording setup, I could also mush all the different files together. I could save them on a hard drive and mush all the different files together to make a full-length playthrough, and then release that after the episodes. Maybe I'd link it to the playthrough playlist for convenience, if you'd rather watch the entire thing. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do maybe maybe I'll do, okay, awesome. Yeah, I think I'll do an 1.5 hours or roughly for each episode. Just because, like, it's longer, but it's longer, but yeah, but it's not too long. I mean, you guys could hop on an hour-long playthrough and maybe just, I don't know when you're watching me, if you're engaged in it, or I personally, I keep jumping too early. He needs to pull his head back before I do that, before I jump. I personally don't find myself very entertaining, and I don't think I'm very entertaining, so I could be wrong. I could be incredibly entertaining, and the only thing holding me back in my video career, my YouTube career thus far, was just having a heinous recording setup. But chances are I'm not the most amusing person you could be watching. Not as amusing as, like, Doug or Point Crow or anybody like that. I also don't do speed running. Oh, I'm gonna reread that. I also don't do speed running, so and don't have a Twitch chat, so that could be part of why I'm nowhere near as entertaining as them. But, like, I don't know. Maybe this is a niche, maybe it's not. I haven't seen a lot of people do playthrough videos exclusively, so maybe I'm bringing something new to the table. Anyway, I tend to do that a lot too. I get sidetracked, like I just did now, because I think I had started out saying something like what the length of my video is going to be. Yeah, the length of my video is going to be like 1.5 hours. And you could, I mean, maybe I'm interesting enough where you're watching it just for the content, or just hear me talk. But if you're not, maybe you could, like, put it on as some kind of background or something. Just listen to my soothing tones of my voice. But you know, it's probably not why you're watching me. Maybe not, I don't know. But yeah, so that's going to be why I'm keeping the length to about 1.5 hours. And something I'm hoping to, a skill I'm hoping to build through playthroughs like this is the ability to talk and game at the same time. Because right now, I'm better than I was when I started out. But I'm definitely... I mean, I've improved a lot since then, like barely being able to talk. But, even now, I'm still kind of like... I get lost in the game, so I kind of lose my focus. But, yeah, I mean, I try to find things to talk about, keep it entertaining. I don't know, maybe you like listening to me. Maybe not. Right, I don't have the bombs yet. Here, there's actually something I want to check really quick. Oh, go. There. Okay, I do have 60 hours on this game. Yeah. Yeah, Tears of the Kingdom was a lot. Anyway, sorry for the interruption. I just wanted to show you that. I have played this game through several times. And probably the longest playthroughs I've done were my 100% item and 100% scan playthroughs. And then my playthrough that was both 100% and 100% scanning. Which I suppose here, I don't know, by the time, I was going, my brain ain't working. By the time I get this out, I will probably, or maybe a few episodes in, I'll know whether it's going to be 100% playthrough or not, but I don't know. It might be an 80% because, what the heck.
Recording to logbook.
I'm gonna have to look it up too, at some point. Actually, give me a second. I'm gonna look that up right now. Give me a second. Hold on. Okay, I gotta stop calling my playthroughs any percent playthroughs because I don't speedrun, and that can definitely be misleading.
Recording to logbook.
'Cause apparently any percent only refers to speedrunning. So I'll just call it playthroughs, and I'll call it 100% playthroughs if they're 100%. That'll work. I'm sorry about that, boss. Just wanted to check that. For the sake of labeling my videos. Alright, there's one more phase. I can't jump over. There we go. Let's pick this up while we're at it. Awesome. think our next goal is to get the Varia suit, which means we'll be heading to Flagra next. But before we do that, just in case I do make this a 100% playthrough, I'm going to pick up collectible here, do a little puzzle. I actually remember having a really hard time with this puzzle the first time I played this game. I think it had something to do with still trying to figure out the wonky Wii controls. They were just heinous and made the game less enjoyable. Though I did still enjoy it enough to call it my favorite game. Actually, when I say it's my favorite game, like, Prime 2 and Prime 1, I haven't really decided which one is my favorite. I don't know. Prime 3 is not my favorite of the three, but I do really like it. And actually, the playthrough I did independently before this was my 100% scan and 100% item playthrough. Because I wanted to unlock all the extra art for the exclusive to the remastered. I wanted to see the concept art, so. But being fresh off that, I probably remember where most, if not all, of the expansions, missile expansions and stuff are. Okay. I've only made the mistake of not saving here before fighting Flagra once. Of course, that was really only a weighty mistake when I was playing when I was inexperienced with the game. Okay. Oops. That was probably really loud. I bumped the table. Hopefully the shock mount on my mic helped in alleviating that. controller. Something that popped up in the PC tech gaming whatnot community recently that I found very interesting and a little bit, I mean, unfortunate. It may be fortunate depending on how you look at it. And this, what is the whole, there's a whole debacle going on over, I already scanned you, get out. Whole debacle over Linus Tech Tips and the, I don't know, I guess he's just, their company's kind of been pushing out too many videos to be like quantity over quality, which is not what the viewers want, and is really a bit of bad stewardship. And what's funny is I didn't know this. It popped up recently, but it popped up just around the time that I subscribed to them. Because I was interested in building, and still am interested in building a PC. But yeah, so that I watched their apology video, which I normally don't do because for channels because it's just usually crap and a bunch of hooey. But I mean, there was definitely some, not as much merit as I'm sure there should have been to it, but there was definitely quite a bit of merit to the way they put it together. Definitely tell that most of it was genuine. It's, from watching the video, it's evident that Linus struggles with, his impulse control is not great. And he definitely gets emotional over things too quickly. At least to be a YouTuber in the position he is, gets a tad bit emotional too quickly. Which he acknowledged. And of course, that was awesome to see him acknowledge that. And prove that he's not just gonna do the same things he's been doing again. But yeah, I mean, it's just, it is what it is. So hopefully they're able to recover from this whole debacle. I think they're taking a week off from posting and whatnot to revamp everything and get back in line. Kind of reevaluate the way they do things, which is good. I just thought that was kind of interesting when it happened. Stop it. Awesome. Give me the Varia suit. It's so shiny. I just reach out and touch it. Shiny. I love how they basically reuse the internal design of the game so that the cutscenes are exactly the same and you have all that nostalgia. I mean, there's never anything wrong with the cutscenes. There's no reason to improve them, so it's nice that it's just the assets that were updated, definitely. And every time I see the Varia suit obtained or whatever, or acquired message pop up, I think like, oh, and I think that lost my train of thought. No, the first time I had that message pop up, and this is why I think it after every time I see the message. But what I think is, I think I expect to see the message that would pop up on the Wii saying, so-and-so amount of items obtained, new collectibles unlocked in the inventory, or collectibles unlocked in the menu screen. And so I just thought it was the coolest thing. Is that the... Yeah, that's the one. But, yeah, so every time I see the Varia suit acquired, I'm like, okay, it's gonna pop up after. But it never does, because I have not played the original version in a very long time. Oh, right, I already scanned that. Nice. Let's pick this up. It'll be interesting to view the audience retention rate on this video, because I assumed that most of the reason people stopped watching my playthroughs was hopefully less because my voice is annoying and more because of the terrible quality of using my phone to record off my TV screen. So hopefully the audience retention rate on this video will be a lot better. Or a lot, yeah, better as in less people will have left the video. Just because of the quality, so hopefully you're enjoying it. If you're not, I'm sorry. Let me know down in the comments what I could do to be more entertaining. Hopefully as time moves on, I will become more entertaining. scanning would be such a cool ability to have in the 2D Metroid games. Just to know the names of all the enemies and stuff. Especially in Fusion, like, to know what you're fighting would be awesome. Maybe not as much scanning, maybe just like enemy scanning or something.
Recording to logbook.
Oh, that was dumb. Ow. Oh no, that was also dumb. Hey, I laid a bomb for you. No, no, no. Dang it. And I had gone through with taking almost no damage. Wow. Baller, more scans. Man, I need to get an air conditioner in this room. I hope they I hope Retro remasters Prime 2 and Prime 3 because this game looks gorgeous and I would love to see those two in this style. Even if the cutscenes look a little janky in Prime 3 with the voice acting, like, they don't have to change any of that. They could just use the voice acting and just leave it the way it was, and every Metroid Prime fan would be happy. Probably pretty much everyone who's going to play Metroid Prime 2 3 anyway is not going to not play it because of the janky cutscenes, realistically. Unless they're expecting that to not be the case. But yeah, hopefully they remastered 2 and 3. Can have the entire trilogy remastered on Switch.
Recording to logbook.
Besides this game, another game, well, there are a few other games I'd recommend on Switch. Or a must for Switch if you are a Switch fan and a Metroid fan, or even just a Switch fan. One being, for all, I think all Switch owners should play this game, is Tears of the Kingdom. There was a lot of worrying about whether or not it would just be expensive DLC. And it wasn't. It's definitely, if Metroid Prime wasn't my favorite game of all time, then, or if Metroid Prime Remastered didn't exist, then Tears of the Kingdom would be my favorite game ever. Which I hadn't, which when Breath of the Wild came out, it wasn't my favorite Zelda game. Majora's Mask still was. But Tears of the Kingdom is just a phenomenal game. It's so much fun. As I showed you before, I put hours upon hours into that game. And it's like I've still done less than half of the things there are to do in that game. It's just so much beyond even the main story, which took me like a solid 80 hours to complete. You know what? Goodbye, you guys. If I don't need to fight you to progress, then won't. Okay. Well, yeah. I'll finish this episode by getting the boost ball. The morph ball boost, or whatever it's called. And making my way back to a save point. Oh, actually missed that. There is a lore piece down there. Forgot about that. Well, we'll get that. Ow.
Recording to logbook.
Oh, do I really have to use the half pipe? Well. I guess I will. It would have been cool if you could have broken this with the super missile. Actually, that might not have been super cool, because then you would have... It would have been a pain to morph ball your way back up. No, because you, by the time you would have had the power bombs, you would have the double jump. So they could have worked out a way so you could have double jumped your way back up. Oh dear. Oh no, no, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die. Oh dear. It always scares the crap out of me when I start to charge my charge beam and they all come at me. Spooky. Very spooky. Dang it. I forgot to scan the computers in his room while I was escaping. Man, that's lame. Well, that'll be the end of this segment, so whether you guys are watching morning, noon, or night, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of my playthrough of Metroid Prime Remastered. Sorry I'm so slow. Anyway, have a great one.